sixth graders, we are moving into unit 2 of our Latin roots. So we need to set up our reader's notebook so that we are ready for this next unit. So please go to the first blank page in your writing about reading. I had to think about that for a second. In your writing about reading section, go to that next blank page, and we are going to set it up just like we did when we completed unit 1. You're going to designate 3 separate pages, and we're going to put 2 lessons on each page. So your reader's notebook should look like this. You'll see I kind of crossed off that first one because that was from unit 1, but it should look like this. So you are creating 3 separate pages, and you're going to have 6 sets of notes total, 2 per page. So remember, the definition goes in the left-hand corner. Your examples go in the lower left-hand corner. Your Greek and Latin root goes in the center. The picture that you're going to choose to draw goes in the upper right-hand corner, and the sentence you're going to create goes in the lower right-hand corner. So pause the video right now and take some time to complete setting up your reader's notebook. Again, we're in that writing about reading section, 3 full pages, 6 sections total, or 6 set of notes total, but 2 per page. So pause the video and complete this task. All right, we are ready to head into our first set of notes for unit 2, and our Latin root this week is man. And the Latin root man actually means hand. So take a second, think about some words that you can think of that have the Latin root man in them that would have to do with hand. Maybe you thought of the word manufacture. Manufacture means to make by hand or machine. A manual is a handbook. Think about if you have to put something together, you have to follow the directions. It usually comes in a little pamphlet or a manual, okay? A manuscript is a handwritten or typed composition. If you're in a play or a musical, if you've written a book, you receive a manuscript, and that's what you have to follow along. A manicure is a treatment for the hands and nails. Now, don't get confused with the one that has to do with your feet. We're going to talk about that one next week. But a manicure is for your hands and your nails. This one is my favorite, the word manacle. And manacle actually means handcuffs. I think that's always a fun one to talk about. The next one is manager. A manager is one who handles business affairs. Manipulate means to skillfully operate by hand. I always think about when my daughter used to do Legos, she used to manipulate the different Lego pieces. Maneuver is a training exercise where you're practicing movements as if by hand. A manifest, these last 2 I think are pretty tricky. A manifest is a list of cargo or passengers that are on a ship or a plane. So originally the word came from that which can be seized by hand, but sometimes you'll hear on a TV show or in a book, they'll talk about getting the manifest, which is that list of people or things that are on the plane or the ship. The last one we're going to talk about is the word emancipate. And emancipate means to release from one's hand, to free. Think about the Emancipation Proclamation that President Lincoln did, where he released or freed the slaves. Okay. So just as a reminder, your screen or your set of notes should look just like mine. Man is in the center. The definition of man is hand. You need to have 3 or 4 examples in the lower left-hand corner. You can use mine if you would like, or you can use your own. The upper right-hand corner, I was just thinking for a second, is the picture you're going to draw that matches the sentence. Now, 6th graders, some students are still a little confused. Your sentence should be using one of these example words or another word you have found that includes the Latin root man and has to do with hand, okay? So this isn't just a sentence where we're using man, okay, by itself, because this is a Latin root. It doesn't work on its own, right? This is not man as in like man and woman. This is man as in a Latin root. That's part of a word. So your sentence should include either one of these example words or one of your own. And your picture also needs to match the sentence you've created, okay? This assignment, sixth graders, is due Friday, January 8th. It is worth 5 points. Please make sure you have completed your man notes. That Latin root is in the middle. You've included the definition, at least 3 or 4 examples, and then you've selected one of those words. Oh, it looks like I made an error on here. Just pretend that you don't see this part. It should include man, not graph and gram. Okay, I thought I caught all those. And you need to make sure that you use correct capitalization, punctuation, and spelling to make sure that's correct. So you guys know what to do. Please do your very best work. Whoop, that's next week. Oh, Miss Huberty, how do you stop recording? Kids, if you've made it this far in the video, these are my bloopers. Have a great week.